Today, I'm back with another mega physical media ranking video for you all, but this has turned into a massive rant video because we're talking physical media that was way overpriced, that got sold this year, that just disgusted me to my very core, and we have to talk about it before these physical media prices skyrocket even more in the new year. So let's look back at what these studios and labels try to sell us on at unfair prices. So before we do this, of course, you love collecting physical media just like me and being a part of this amazing league of mega film fans where we talk the movies we love. You are in the right spot, my friend. Go ahead and mega Hulk smash that like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you're alerted when a new physical media topic video posts. And of course, leave in the comments below what physical media did you think was way overpriced in the year. But let's get into this list of angry bangers. So here at the bottom, we're going to have the Columbia Classics Volume 5 set. Now, this one goes at the bottom because out of all the other titles or box sets in this ranking, you could say this one was the least offensive. Now, it did come out at a hefty price. I think it was first listed at about over 200. Yeah, like 215.99 list price. Now, it did get discounted after that and got a lot cheaper, and you can actually pick it up right now for $129.26, but it took some time to get there. So even though I would say the under $130 price point is now a fair price, I would still love to see it closer to 100. And then also, I don't think all the movies in here were bangers, and compared to Volume 4, I do think this one was a little bit of a step down because Volume 4, you got some really cool stuff in there, like the whole Starman series, and you really just can't top that. So Volume 3, definitely one of the weaker volumes out of the Columbia Classic sets, in my opinion. But it's still a pretty cool set. So that's why it's at, the bottom here. It's not the worst of the worst. I'm not going to rant on that one too much. Same with this next one. This one might have some value to it. I just thought it was a little too pricey, and it's still a little too pricey. That's going to be the CC40, the Criterion Collection, the Blu-ray set at $529.22 currently, but before this was $799.95. Wow, close to $800 is insane for this set. Like, who the heck has $800 lying around to buy this set, even if they wanted to? Like, that's an outrageous price, and the current price is really outrageous too. Yes, you can buy it during the Criterion sale season to maybe get it around that $400 marker, but that's pretty darn expensive still. Now, I know what you're saying. You're getting 40 Blu-rays in here, but it wasn't like anything newly added to the Criterion Collection exclusive to this set. These were Blu-rays they've released before. And actually, some of these Blu-rays, I believe, got 4K releases like Repo Man. So you may have had the 4Ks already. Why the heck do you need the Blu-rays here? So this was probably for more new beginners to collecting and the collecting Criterion. They're like, I don't know where to start. Let me just buy a 40 movie Blu-ray box set. Then that was probably for them, even though the price was still outrageous. But just still don't love it. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Not gonna rant on it too much here, but just thought it could have been a little bit better. Maybe some exclusives in there, maybe some 4Ks, maybe something a little bit cooler for the packaging. All right, next up, we're gonna have the Neverending Story, of course, 1984 40th anniversary limited edition 4K Blu-ray. This exclusive replica storybook packaging. And I believe this came out from Imprint. Now, original price was like Australian $25.95. Now I think it went down to $249.95. Yes. Did I say? I don't know if I said the right price. So yeah, $259.95 to $249.95. Yes. If you can still pick it up, you may be able to still pick it up from directly the Imprint site. I was checking some other stuff like Amazon, couldn't find their listing anymore for that, unfortunately. So you might have to go directly through Imprint or secondhand market now. But that is still a hefty price for what you get on this one. To me, yeah, you get some cool stuff in here. If you're a massive Never-Ending Story fan, like I said, the replica storybook is pretty cool. And there's like some, I guess, pictures or art cards thrown in there from scenes of the movie. You get a poster in there and a couple other goodies. So, I mean, it's a cool set, but is it $250 nice of a set? I don't think so. I mean, I would have even taken a watered down version of this one if they made it like $100 $200, right? But I mean, over $200 is really pushing it, even if you are a massive Neverending Story fan. So even though I thought it was a really cool set, just the price didn't match up for me. That's why it's not super high on this list, but I still had to list it somewhere, right? All right, next up, we're going to have, and I guess you could group a lot of things here. This will be the streaming Disney, Marvel, Star Wars shows to steelbooks this year. In particular, if I have to pick on one, I will pick on Mandalorian, the complete season 3, because this one is still listed at $49.96 on Amazon. The original list price was like $75.99. Oh my gosh, who the heck's going to pay $80 for that sucker? That's outrageous. But still, $50 is pretty expensive because these aren't really super long seasons. It's not like there's 30 episodes in here. I think it might be under 10 episodes. Like these shows, like it's cool that these streaming shows are getting physical media releases, but Disney really did us dirty this year with first not giving us Blu-ray options. If you wanted, you had to get the 4K steelbooks. There was no Blu-ray steelbook options on these ones like there were on other Disney streaming shows in the past. So that was really weird. They did that change really just to force people to buy the 4Ks, and that was upsetting. And then, like I said, the price of still being around that $50 marker, I just don't love that price now. If it was like $35, okay, fine. But I mean, who can afford to pick up all these different seasons? I mean, that's really a hefty chunk of change to drop at one time if you want all these different shows. So, yep, I had to list it here, unfortunately. Next up, ooh, we got a kind of a double banger here with the Deadpool and Wolverine steelbooks. Yeah, I'm talking the Wolverine and Deadpool editions here. You got two different steelbooks because Disney wanted to cause a double dip here, make you pay even extra. I mean, if you want both of those, dang, you were paying like $100 with, I mean, over with the tax and the shipping or whatever it might be. I mean, oh my gosh, so expensive. And once again, those are now the current prices, the $45.22. Before they were over $60. I mean, could you imagine paying $150 for like both of those steelbooks just to have your complete Marvel collection? I mean, that's just ridiculous. So that's really insulting that Disney did that. I do not like that at all. So yeah, it's definitely going to be on this list. Now it's lower than I expected. Like I thought this was going to make maybe top 3 before, but I did bring it down a little bit because it did get a little bit cheaper in price. If it was still above the $60 marker, you know, it would be like top 3 here. But well, I guess fortunately for us, it got a little bit cheaper, but not good enough for me to pick it up yet, unfortunately. Next up, one that I do kind of feel dirty on, and I'm going to tell you guys about this one. The Venom: The Last Dance 4K digital steelbook here is now listed at $37.49. When it first came out, it was insulting at the $65.99 listed price, and I'm like, that's disgusting. Like, come on, Sony, are you trying to be the new Disney? Like, don't disrespect us collectors that way. But it did get a little bit cheaper. Like I said, the $37.49 marker I still don't love. I would prefer under $35, but just being a couple dollars over 35, I did say to myself, if it got around 35, give or take a couple bucks, that I would definitely pick this one up. And since it did reach that marker, I did pre-order this one because I actually really like the design. Like the Deadpool and Wolverine steelbooks, like I think those are good designs, but I really like this Venom: The Last Dance steelbook design. I know it just looks so cool with the oranges and the blacks, and I don't know, it just kind of like pops on the front cover to me. So I think it looks really cool, and I have all the other Venom steelbooks. So I finally locked in the pre-order price here. But if you don't, I totally understand because it was pretty insulting with that listed original price when it first got to Amazon and whatnot. So yeah, definitely had to put that one on the list somewhere. All right, now we're getting into the real stinkers here, the really overpriced stuff that's just very insulting. And so next up, we're going to have the Willow steelbook here. Yes, the 4K digital 4616. Like, it's one thing for them to do superhero steelbooks that they know are popular at ridiculous prices. Like, I kind of get it with the Deadpool and Wolverine. They knew that movie did great at the box office. I mean, even Venom 3 didn't do terrible at the box office. So I get them thinking, okay, let's, charge a heftier price for these new movies, the 4K. I kind of get it. I don't get, but I kind of get it. The Willow one, though, is just insulting a very old movie at this point, right? When you compare it, like I said, to, Deadpool and Wolverine and Venom. So an older catalog title here, and they're trying to charge it more than a new movie. I mean, 46.16 for a 4K steelbook. I don't even think the steelbook looks that nice, to be honest. I think the art design looks pretty cheap in my opinion. I do not like it at all. And it's just for Willow? Like, come on now. That is just insulting. That is irritating. I mean, oh my gosh, what the heck? Like, still looking at the price, over $46 for Willow 4K Steelbook. That looks pretty garbage in my opinion. And I heard the transfer isn't even that good. Like, people are content with their Blu-rays on that one. So because that insulted me so much, I mean, that got pretty high up there. All right, now getting, like I said, into the toppy of the tops here. We do have the Friends, the complete series on 4K, currently at $144.99, but when it came out, it was $160, I believe, and that was just insulting to me. You could pick up the Blu-ray set, I think, for like $40, and to get, I mean, I get it. I get it. It's a lot of seasons there. It's a lot of episodes. I love the Friends series. It's one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. I understand the 4K data, getting it on the disc. I get it. It's going to be a hefty price, but you still should be around the $100 marker, maybe. Okay. 145 about is just still way too expensive. And at least it's Friends, though. At least it's Friends, so I'm not going to put this in the worst spots, okay? You know, I mean, it's high up there because I do think the price is pretty insulting. And you know, I mean, it's TV. Like, I get it. It's a lot of hours, a lot of episodes, but it's TV. It's not a movie. It's not a set of movies. It's not a box set of movies here. So even though I expect a high price, I wouldn't go that high a price, especially when we've had, you know, Blu-ray options and whatnot before. So, yep. All right. Now getting into the top of the toppy that are just, oh my gosh, like ridiculously insulting that I still can't believe to this day actually happened. And I think we did rant videos on some of these right here. So, all right. I guess in second place, right here, second place is going to be Alien Romulus Limited Edition VHS. Yes, the VHS, not the 4K. I mean, the steelbook price was pretty insulting too. I don't like that either. So that kind of gives me another bad taste in the mouth. But the VHS was ridiculous. And not because it came out to a VHS. I don't mind it coming out to, you know, older technology as a collectible item, something you're just going to display in your studio, like in your house. Like, I get it. It can kind of look cool. I kind of like the cover art too. Like, that could have been a cool thing if it was at a fair price, like $25. Okay, cool. Gotcha. But I think this one originally came out to around $50, if I'm not mistaken. And now, if you want to buy it, I think you got to buy it secondhand market. Like, the lowest price I could find when I was recording was on Macari for like $80. And on eBay, they were like 100, you know, up above 100. I'm like, oh my gosh, for a VHS here, like of a new movie. I mean, does it even make sense to be on VHS? Is anybody actually watching this on VHS? Like I said, I get the collectability, the displayability, like it's a fun item, but then it shouldn't be charged as a new 4K release. I mean, once again, this is a VHS you're not going to watch most likely. So to me, it just did not make sense. So that pricing point just really pissed me off. And then next up, the top of the top. The top of the, I mean, the worst of the worst, you could say, in this scenario, you're going to have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th Anniversary Chainsaw Edition for the current low, low price of $236.87. Now, the listed price when this first came out was $399.98. Can you wrap your head around that for a second? $400 for this set is ridiculous. You get a 4K in there, whoop-de-doo. You've got another cool 4K editions before. You get a VHS in there. Once again, whoop-de-doo. Okay, is that really jacking up the price to $400? And then you get like this cheap plastic chainsaw in there that's like something you could find at Spirit Halloween. It's like, what the heck is going on here? $400. Who is paying this amount? Even if you're a massive fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, like you probably have Texas Chainsaw Massacre 10 times over with different editions. Why do you need to pay another $400? That is ridiculous. And even at the, like I said, cheaper price now, $236.87 is still very, very insulting. This edition should have been around $100. All right, no more than 150, but around $100 would have seemed a little bit more comfortable. But oh man, so insulting for that price there. That one just really pissed me off. Oh my gosh. And like I said, I think I did some rant videos of some of these choices on this list throughout the year. So I'll link those videos in the description below if you really want to see me tear into some of these. But yeah, those just made my overpriced physical media list for 2024. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below. Did I make the right choices here? Would you have included anything else that was way overpriced in the physical media world? Let's have those fun film fan discussions down below. Let's discuss with one another, respond to each other. That's how we're going to grow this community in the new year. And if you are feeling kind of wild right now and you still want to pick up some of these physical media titles at these outrageous prices, I will link those Amazon affiliate links in the description below. You go through one of those links initially, and it does give me some credit to my channel. So I greatly appreciate you for doing that. And actually, the one I would recommend out of the list here would be the Venom 3 Steelbook Now, locking in that pre-order price. So like I said, it did get around that $35 marker, a few dollars above it. Not a terrible deal. And you guys can also help me out by once again hitting that like and subscribe, that notification bell if you haven't already. Just take those extra couple steps, because I know there's a lot of people that continuously watch the content, they just haven't taken the next couple steps. Please do that if you can. That way we grow this community in the new year, and you're awesome part of that. That way we save physical media out there. That's what it's all about, saving physical media, talking the movies we absolutely love on this channel. So once again, have a great day watching and talking the movies, my friend. Of course, if you want to check out more of those top ranking lists for the year, definitely go ahead and smash right there. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.